we have to be careful that we focus on what this amendment does. This amendment rolls back $1.2 million to hire 4 more bureaucrats to expand a program that basically tracks vaccinations, even though your doctor already does that.
I am so sick and tired of the medical establishment not quite giving us all the facts. I've been watching this issue very carefully as a legislator, but actually I started a long time before that as a dad, when my wife and I looked at what was best for our children, and we chose some vaccines and some others we didn't. And as we listened to the debate and the discussions that occurred, what the scientific medical community had better figure out someday is people will believe them when their facts are believable. But they're always tweaked just a little bit to not really capture the entire set of data. When I first began my career in the legislature, around there at least, it was called the infant immunization tracking system. And then it became the child immunization tracking system. And now it's just the immunization tracking system. It's, you know, it's one of those typical Big Brother mechanisms where we put everybody in and they say, oh, no, it's voluntary. Well, read the facts a little more carefully in the statute and you'll discover that you can opt out. And then you get to be on the I opted out data system.
And members, I'm disheartened by the persistent attack on an incredible public health victory called immunizations. We're going backwards with some diseases because of efforts that continue to undermine the public health advances of immunizations. We had thought that we were going to eradicate measles, but unfortunately, people prefer to listen to non-science-based data and have started refusing vaccines to the point where in some counties, in some schools, up to 70% of children have not had their vaccinations.
And many mornings, I would wake up being convinced that I couldn't wiggle my toes and being scared to death that I was getting polio. In 1952, right in the middle of this, my best friend's mother developed polio and ended up with an iron lung. These are so vivid memories for me as a youngster of 13, 14 years old. And the miracle of medical science is that you look here and you see under the decrease and it says 100%. Yes, there are two sides to every story. And I think the side of this bill is that it is critical for us to know who has been immunized and who isn't in this society for many, many reasons. Not the least of which, having my grandchildren in classes where half of the class has not been immunized, I think we probably make another decision as to where those kids were in that class. I think this is critical. I would strongly urge a no vote.